Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Global Digital
Global Digital
Success
Success Talk.
Chat. So today's topic is building a magnetic personal brand. So today we're going to be talking about that. But before we dive into our topic, let's introduce ourselves. So hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm the face of the Facebook business page, Sandy Caballero, Sandy to Empower Lives. I'm originally from Panama, but according to reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, but I'm a proud digital business owner.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel Vargas. I'm originally from Mexico, but I live in North Carolina, USA. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandmother, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. It's good afternoon here. My name is Melissa. I'm originally from Kenya, Africa. I'm currently living in Mexico. I'm a hotelier by profession, but also I'm a proud digital business owner. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, so we also want to remind everyone that every Tuesday and every Thursday we have our live webinars. So if you want to learn how you can start your own online business and start earning online, you just have to register in any of the websites that appears on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So what is in the webinar? So in the webinar, you're going to be seeing how our online business plan works. And also you get to hear testimonials, in this case, the panelists of the webinar, who are going to be sharing why they decided to start their own online business and how this online business has changed their lives. So this live webinar happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. MST, and 8 p.m. EST. So let's see who were the hosts and panelists from last Thursday's live webinar.
Okay, guys, so if you're ready to learn more about this amazing opportunity, don't miss out and register on one of our websites so you can receive the link to the live webinar or the replay to the webinar. So, our host from last Thursday was Nee. She's the regional manager for a home and renovation company. Mihai is an IT professional. Shirley is a healthcare worker. And Marie is a government worker.
We also had Sami, who is an educator and nutritionist, Grace, a senior quality engineer, Bobby Ray, who is an optician as well.
Yeah, so our replays has subtitles in any languages, and our live webinars has subtitles now in 5 languages. So that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. Okay, so like we mentioned again, so our topic for today is building a magnetic personal brand. So, so your brand is superpower. Okay, so it's what makes you stand out in the digital world. So, are you ready to make yours unforgettable? So, hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Global Digital Success Talk. So, we are thrilled to have you here with us today as we dive into a topic that's not just essential, but also incredible powerful. So, building a magnetic personal brand. So, your personal brand is what sets you apart in the digital world, is how people perceive you, connect with you, and ultimately trust you. So, whether you're starting out or refining your strategy, building a magnetic personal brand is key to growing your business and making a lasting impact. So, let's start with a question. So, what's one word you want people to associate with your brand? Sorry. So drop it in the comments. We'll love to see your answer. So there you have the question on the screen. So the next one is, so like we mentioned, today's topic is building a magnetic personal brand. And today we are going to be talking and exploring about defining your brand's mission, voice, and values, using storytelling to connect and resonate with your audience, and creating a consistent and memorable online presence. So that's what we're going to be talking today. So first, we're going to be diving into uh, your brand is defined by your mission, your voice, and your values. Okay, so let's start with the foundation. So your mission, voice, and values. So let's start with mission. So this is your mission is your why. Okay, so why are you here? What impact you want to make? Okay, so a clear mission not only guides your decisions but also attracts people who align with your purpose. You also have your voice. Okay, so this is how you communicate with your audience. Are you professional, conversational, inspiring, or humorous? Consistency in your tone builds familiarity and trust. Then we have your values. So, what principle guides your actions? So, people are drawn to brands that align with their own beliefs and values. So, here is a quick exercise for you. Write down three words that define your mission, okay? And then three words that describe your voice, and then three core values. So, these 9 words can become the pillars of your personal brand. So what do you think, girls, about all this? Your mission, your voice, your values. So
Yes.
let's start with. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Let's start with what, Sandy?
Oh, I was saying let's start with your mission. Your
Yes,
what?
exactly. The mission, because it says the mission is all about your why. Why are you here? And my mission is, I want something better for me and for my family. And so I want to inspire and motivate other mothers out there that, whether maybe they're working from home or maybe there's just a stay-home moms. I want to inspire them to take action and to see that there's something else that they can do while, they stay home and take care of their families, that will provide them with personal growth and the possibility of having an additional income for their family, and so that they can contribute to their household income and feel better about themselves, because they're not going to be just staying at home, but also learning and growing as human beings.
Ye- Yeah, just to quickly add on that, I will say that my mission is to improve myself, improve my life in a better way. I will say that I reached at a point where I realized that, you only live once. So I want to live life in abundance and at the same time extend that abundance to other people. So of course I'm going to start with the people close to me. This is my family, and extend it to the community as large. Yeah, so I'm an immigrant. I'm currently living in Mexico. So having worked in different countries, a very busy schedule in the hospitality industry in the Middle East, and then shifting and coming to Mexico, and also transitioning to United States, then I reached at a point where I realized that my priorities in life had completely changed. Yeah. And I wanted more. I was looking for on how I can spend my time more. And that means that I needed to look for something that is flexible, that will give me that time freedom. So financial stability is one of the key thing, because having worked in the hospitality industry, I still realized that I wasn't still getting where I wanted to be. Yes, I loved what I was doing. Yes, I was very grateful for the opportunity that God had given me. But then there's that inner voice that really pushes you, within you. Sometimes when you reflect on yourself and you realize that, like it's a calling. God is calling you to a greater purpose. That's what I would say. my mission is, and of course extend this in large to the community, to the society. Yeah, that's what I will say my mission is.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. And at the same thing, Melissa, I'm also grateful for, for the job that I had, was one of the things that I loved since I was a little girl. But then your why change, of what you want in life. So my mission came now, to create that better lifestyle where you have more family time, and then you have that financial freedom. So my mission, that's for me to create for that for my family and me, and also, to help others, um, empower others that, this is like you're capable of doing this. It's not something that is going to be like easy like that, like you have to do your work, but it is feasible, so you can do it. So I just want to, empower everyone that there is a better way to live, than the way that we are conditioned to work the 9 to 5, and then missing out so many milestones, from your kids, for example, for those who are parents, uh, or from you, that, like you're not able uh, to enjoy really life, because many times you're just stuck in working because you gotta pay bills, um, and then you forget about yourself, you forget about your health, and then that keeps accumulating. And if you keep doing the same thing until you're 67 years old, by the time you're going to be retiring, one, you're not going to have enough money, because everything is increasing, as you guys see. And two, your health might not be good because you didn't take care of yourself all these years, because of those stress and those working long hours, or 2 or 3 jobs. Some people work 2 3 jobs. uh, so there is a better way. So that's why we are here, to show you that there is a better way for you to have a better lifestyle for you and your family, where you can have that time to spend with them, and then you can have that financial freedom. So that's, I would say, that's the mission, uh, for me, and for all of us. So, so the next point, your voice. So what do you think about your voice? So how do you communicate with your audience?
Well, through creating content and engaging with them, bringing them different topics and talking about this opportunity more than anything. Just, trying to educate people about what an online business is about, and just spreading the word that it's not as hard as people make it seem. Like, because I have a lot of like friends that they always tell me, this is not for me because I'm not about social media. But once you start doing it, it's not really that bad. It's everything. When you start, like, every beginning is hard, but once you go past that barrier or that obstacle, it becomes like everything else. It's not that hard anymore. So that's what I try to voice a lot in my page, about educating people about the online space and why not take advantage of the online. Everything is online nowadays, and this is the way to go because you have a global reach. You can reach people from many countries instead of just staying local or doing it for the people around you. And then the other thing is, I like to do lives when I'm out with my family, enjoying whatever is it that we're doing. If we're in the park, if we're in the mountain, wherever we're fishing, just to show them, the flexibility that this business gives me to be with them and to enjoy them. Because at the end, that's what really matters to me, the most. My why and the reason why I'm doing this is because of my family. And at the end, I want to have time with them. I want to be there for them. And so I try to share that with them as well. And other than that, I try to do lives about about the business, different things about the business, whether it's, the benefits, the flexibility, the portability of the business, because I love to travel and I love the fact that I can take my business with me everywhere. So that's what I try to voice more than anything. And I do it both. I do it in my um, language in Spanish, and then I do it in English as well. But I mainly try to do, I think I do more Spanish than I do English.
Um, I agree with what Isabel you said. The online space is like our home. This is where you get to know us because you don't have a physical shop, yeah. And just like the way you shared, for me, it's more of like, educating, inspiring, and a little bit of who I am. Just getting to know me apart from the business, because the business is the main core thing, to educate and share with you this amazing, amazing opportunity that we have, that has changed our lives and has changed, a lot of people globally. That's the main thing. And of course, uh, thinking of, even as you need to be rounded as a person, not just focusing on one thing. And hence, you also want to connect with your audience in another way that they don't know you. Like, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? I personally, I love to I love being outdoor, in terms of just
Mhm.
taking small little things. It doesn't really have to be really traveling far. Just taking a simple walk out, enjoying the sunshine, preparing a nice meal at home. Small things that I really enjoy, and that's just a way of connecting with people who are like me. um, the beauty thing is that all of us, we are doing the same thing. We have the same voice, but we are also rounded, because we are different people. We have different hobbies, we have different adventures, we have different personalities. But even though we have different personalities, that doesn't mean that we are people who are timid. We cannot speak up. We've been working on our mindset every day to become better people, so that people can relate with us and know that we are just real people. We are authentic. When we come here, we just share our journeys, everything, our challenges, and so on and so on. So that's what I would say my voice is. And of course, I can relate with most of the things that you've shared. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, yeah, I relate to both of you too. So for me, when it comes to voice, I would say I use the tone of voice of inspiring and educating, same as you, Melissa, for educating. Um, so my focus is more educating and inspiring. So I use postings for that, videos and postings. um, and then we do the lives, that to showcase our journey, and say that like, to show you, like what goes through being an online business owner, the things that you go through, the things that you learn as you go. So we showcase that on the lives. For my content, I combine, like educating with inspiring, and also, because I come from the film entertainment, so I post, entertainment, motivational quotes. So based on, like, you can get inspired by, by the music that you listen, something inspiring, or you can get inspired by a movie. There's so many movies out there that are so inspiring, when it comes to, like, how you overcome challenges and you become someone. So if you look for content like that will inspire, like when you look for the entertainment, that will keep you inspired and keep moving forward, and working on that mentality. So that's the type of content that I like to post. I think one of the things that I probably lack on my business page is, like not sharing a little bit of the things that I do. I do share when I travel. So one of the things that I love to do when I travel is I love the history. I love to show people, and tell a little bit of the history of the place that I'm traveling. So that's one of the things that I love to do. Um, but yeah, I think I need to showcase a little bit more lives or reels of the things that I do. That's one thing that I probably like. So you guys get to know me a little bit more when it comes to personal. But yeah, in terms of the other stuff, yeah, that's what I like to do. Inspiring and educate people that you are capable of doing it. Because many times, we have those self doubts and limitation beliefs
Mhm.
that doesn't allow us to do things that we think we can't, but actually we can if we shift that mindset. So that's for me. So the next point, your values.
Yes, and more than anything, I'm a person of faith. I'm a daughter of the Most High, and so that's the value that I try to, um, what do you say, show, because I'm transparent, I'm honest in all the things that I'm doing and the content that I'm sharing. Because a lot of times it's hard to really find stuff online, and you always wonder, is this really true or are people making it up? So I try to stay very, very transparent with the things I post online, about me, about my family. We go to service every Sunday, and so every Sunday when we go, I always tell my husband and my son, okay, we got to take our Sunday picture, because it's Sunday and we always go. And my son is like, he sees me taking out the phone, and he's like, oh, here we go again, here there comes the selfie. But it's important for me to share that, we're a family of faith, and I want him to really think about that every day, and see that we're a family who really honors, the Most High, and when we spend time for that. And another one of my values is family. I'm a family person. I love my family. I have a very big family. I'm one of 7 kids, and we all live in the same city, and so we get together a lot. We all have kids, and now our kids have kids, and so our family has gotten really big and really noisy too. But we love that. My grandson right now, he's 3, and even him, he loves, because he's been growing around us, and he loves being around everyone. If he comes home and they're the only ones with us, he's like, when is my other family coming? He wants to have them around the whole time, and he likes, the environment that we have created with the family, where we're just, happy, joyful. And of course, I'm not telling you that we're perfect. There's times when we have, discussions about disagreements, that things we don't always agree on everything, but that doesn't mean we don't love each other and that we're not there for each other. But if we're during summer, we're doing cookouts. We love sports, so we go out and play sports, and go biking, go hiking. We're just about, we like doing outdoor stuff, and having fun. And we're from a place in Mexico, which is, like kind of like a farm, and so we just love the outdoors, and that's what we try to do. So those are, some of my values that I really treasure, and I'm proud and happy about.
I can relate with you, Isabel. And, when I saw this business opportunity, what really attracted me to it is the values that this amazing business holds. And one of them was integrity
Mhm.
that this business has. And just the aspect of that it's a business that has really, really impacted on other people, people's life. And when I started this business and seeing how my journey has been, making steps every day, improving myself, seeing myself do things that I never thought I would do. Those are the core values that really attracted me in this business. And beside that, even when working here in the online space, I'm also grounded in the word of God. Just growing up, those are the core values that my mom, who is a single mom, taught me, when I was young, helping other people. And that's one of the core values that we have in this business, that it's not just a business that is helping you. You want to make an impact to the people close to you, your family, and also extend it to the community as well. And one of my whys actually was, to be in a position where I can, give more to the community, support ministry, support church, support the needy in the world, back in my country, in Kenya, Africa, here in Mexico. Those are some of the core values that I really hold, and I'm so much inspired with these business opportunities that I've seen, change people's life. Yeah. This famous quote, I really don't know who said it, but it's stuck in my mind. It says, "Don't start a business just to make money. Start a business that is going to make a difference in other people's life." And that's exactly what I've seen. And actually, when I saw this business opportunity, because I saw it through an ad, that's the same thing I could relate to the person I saw from the ad, the way she was speaking, and just being authentic and just sharing her story as it is. You know, uh, those are some of the core values that really attracted me, because I've already been rooted with those values, since I grew up. And it's the same thing that I want to share out to the world and make a difference as well.
Yeah. Um, so for me, yeah, I relate to both of you. So for me, the faith on God, that was one of the things that, when I first joined the business, before I joined the business, I think it was, I was guided because of God. But what it really reinforced me was, one, when I went to the Calgary convention, and then I was on the trip. They had like a business trip to go to Banff, and that's where I really saw that, I was in the right place, and this was the path that I was supposed to go. Um, so yeah, so my beliefs is that. And then the other thing that you mentioned, Melissa, is to be able to help others. It's not only us. Like yeah, it's good for us because we grow, and that's one of the things that I like. Like, you keep learning, you never stop learning. So um I love that part, because I wanted to grow, because that's one of the reasons why I didn't see myself on in the movie industry anymore, because I didn't see any more growth. um and I get bored doing the same thing. So I need some variety on my day. So this business, it really, I love it, because it challenged me, always, thinking, ways of how to create ideas or strategies, how to be able to help others. Um, and and it really gives me that inspiration, to do. But the other thing, with this business, we also are able to help, besides the help others, but help others in the community. For example, one of the things that I'm very grateful, is, the food bank, like I mentioned in other lives. They were able to provide us food when we first came to Canada. And I'm really grateful to that. So one of my goals, is to give back to the food bank, and also to other, to schools. There's so many kids that go to school without having a breakfast meal. So I want to be able. I know there's some programs there that you can provide meals for kids in school. So that's one of my things that I have on mind. And also back in Panama. But I have a cousin that she works on something like that. So now I have an idea, of in the future, how I can help over there too. Um, so that's one of the values, and believe, like always. I have faith in God, like I think I'm here because of him. That's he always reroute me to where I'm supposed to go, through setbacks. But I know that that's where I'm meant to be. So I don't. At first, I was going against, like you always say, why I need to go this way, but um, I learned, afterwards that you just have to let him guide you, and then he will guide you to the right path. So don't question it. Just go alone, and just have faith on him. So that's for me, for when it comes to the values that I have for me, for my brand. Okay, so we do have some comments here. We have from Ezekiel Ngadop. So he says, good. Thank you for your comment, Ezekiel. Thank you for
Thank
watching.
you.
We also have Ogenwood Brian. I am with you. Thank you, Ogenwood Brian. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your comment. We also have some emojis from Pedas Charlie Owatara. Thank you for your emoji, for your like. And we also have another like from Ezekiel Gadop. So thank you. Thank you for watching and for your emojis. Okay, so our next point is using storytelling to connect and resonate. Okay, so storytelling is where your brand truly comes to life. So people don't just remember facts, they remember stories. So you want to share your journey, you want to be able to highlight customer stories, and you want to be able to create relatable content. So let's talk about share your journey. So share your journey. Talk about how you started, the challenges you have faced, and the lessons you have learned. So it's not about being perfect, it's about being real. So that's one of the things that we share in this lives, through our journey. But you can also do this through reels, creating reels or going lives just by yourself and just telling your stories to them. So highlight customer stories is the second one. So you want to be able to showcase how your work has impacted others. So if you have testimonial and success stories, so that builds credibility and trust. Um, and then the third one, you have create relatable content. So share moments that your audience can see themselves in. So whether it's a small win or a funny mistake or a breakthrough, relatability fosters connection. And I think we have shared some of those in our lives when we say that, for example, we were shy to be in front of the camera, or when we have when we thought that we couldn't do something, and then we realized that we can. It's just a matter of trying and go out of our comfort zone. So we do face challenges in our journey, but we try to overcome those challenges. That's the difference. We're not staying in there. We just try to find, a way to continue and not staying in the same place. Um, so it's not an easy journey, but I would say, like I love all the struggles that I have, because that's what makes me who I am today. So, and also you appreciate your journey, because when you look back, all the things that you have achieved and overcome, that motivates you to keep moving forward. So, and you see also, how you change. Like you're not the same person that you used to be before. Um, so yeah, so let's talk about share your journey.
Yeah, I think we have shared our stories so many times that I think most everyone, I feel like everyone knows it by now, But when I first came across this opportunity, I fell in love with everything that they were talking about, the benefits, the way that you were gonna work with it, and everything. But I had so many fears. I had so many doubts in myself. And even though I knew that this was what I wanted, that this is what I've been waiting for, I wasn't taking action because I was always afraid about, okay, I don't know how to do social media. I don't know how to create content. I don't have business background. Like I kept giving myself so many excuses, like excuse after excuse. And it came to the point where at night I couldn't sleep anymore thinking about the opportunity because it was so good and it's what I always wanted. And so I was like, okay, if it's to this point, that means it's for me, right? That is what I've been looking for. So I decided to join. And of course, at the beginning, I was overwhelmed with the training and trying to follow all the steps because I didn't have any experience in any of it. And I questioned myself again. I was like, are you going to be able to do this? And working a full time, having to do my training, taking care of the household, it was a little bit overwhelming. And I really didn't get to enjoy every minute of it because I was so stressed with it. And now looking back, I'm like, you should have just enjoyed it, and maybe record yourself doing all this so that you could go back to it later and see how you struggle and see where you are now, how you have overcome all these things. But well, um I didn't. And now I'm just happy that I did that. I remember the first time I tried to go live. I pressed, first of all, it took me, I don't know how many minutes, like my finger going, okay, I'm ready. And then I'm like, no, you're not ready. And then, I'll do it again. It took me, I don't know how many tries. And then I finally hit it to go live. And when I saw my face on my phone, I was like, uh, I froze. Like I didn't know what to do. I'm like, okay, not ready. So I got out of my life. And that's how things start. And I didn't think I could ever be in front of a camera talking to people because it felt like a huge thing to accomplish for me. But then, practicing every day, doing it every day has made it so much better. Now I don't really think about going live. I just go live and do whatever I have to do. Now, there's always room for improvement. You can always do better. And I'm working on it every day. I try to challenge myself, do something different, to do something new, to do something where it's gonna make it better. But the reason why I started this journey is because I wanted more time for my family. I wanted to be there for my kids. And when this opportunity came to me, it was right after my daughter was getting ready to go to college. And I was like, okay, there's my time with her. I didn't give her quality time. I was never really there for her because I couldn't go with her to her school field trips when she had she was a smart little girl and she was always getting recognitions, and I couldn't be there when she was getting that. So that really hit me hard, and that's why I decided to look for something different. And I'm like, I gotta find something to where I can be there for my kids if they're gonna have any kind of activity at school, anything that I have the opportunity to go with them, I'm going to go with them. And so that's why I decided to do this. And now, I'm happy and I'm a totally different person from the beginning because I have learned so much. I'm still learning and there's so much to learn. Um, so that's my journey.
Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. How my journey has been. Of course, for the sake of those people who don't know me, we've shared this before, just as Isabel was saying. And I am so grateful, first of all, to God um, for where I am, where I started, and where I am, because if I did not get out of my comfort zone, sorry for the noise in the background. If I did not get out of my comfort zone, then really I don't know what I could be doing, because I took a leap of faith to leave, my country, Kenya, leave the hospitality industry. It was during that time of the global challenges that were happening. I took a leap of faith. So I started with a leap of faith, and then coming here to Mexico. Um, I remember me getting, an opportunity after some months. Isabel, I've enjoyed the culture, eating quesadillas, everything. And then now I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Because, well, I was living in a very small town. I really didn't know exactly where to start off. You can relate this as any immigrant. It doesn't matter where you are. You can relate that it takes some time to adjust in a country. And I remember even after I got that job, teaching English, even though it's not like I have any credentials of being a teacher, but I said, you know what, it was my strength at that moment, and I got this job. So God favored me and I got it, even though I'm not a teacher, like I didn't study for that. I got it. And waking up early in the morning, making those lessons, preparing the what is it called? The lessons for the day. And I used to pray and say, God, show me a way, show me what else I can do that can supplement my income, because I started low. And you know what? God answered my prayers. God answered my prayers, because I just remember, I don't know how long this took, but the minute when I saw this ad and I said, I want to check it out, I just, even right now, after a year plus, I can relate. I know that was just God guiding me and telling me, you know what, Melissa, check it out and take the opportunity. And starting off the business, just try and make it short, and starting knowing that I had the will, but I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, because not a social media person, all those noises that can come in your mind, limiting beliefs and all that. You're thinking you're not good enough, da da da. And God connecting me with this amazing community that has really helped me to work on my mindset, believe in myself, every day, look at myself and tell myself I can do it, because just you can relate. It's not something I studied to be, like work online. We all have, we don't, most of us, we don't have that experience. Yeah. And just connecting with like-minded people, and that's a blessing. And realizing, wow, this is what I had been looking for many years. Why? Because I wanted to regain my time freedom, create that financial stability that I want, and just enjoy life in abundance, and just give back to the community, give back to people God, connects me with. So, that's my story. That's my story, and I never get tired of sharing my story. Like, it just makes me, feel like crying. When I think about my story, where I started, where I am, and just seeing the bigger vision and great things that God has for me, not only me, but even for you, because you guys here, we've been showing up. You've been also, we've been supporting each other, even after we finish doing these go lives, we get to have some little chit chat here and there, laugh, talk, encourage each other, do things, do amazing things. So I'm so grateful that, even for the future, what is ahead, that God still is on our side, is on our side. It's not in vain, that, there's a season of planting the seed, there's a season of watering the seed. And I can't wait. I know we've achieved a lot. We have a lot of wins that we already have, but we are still working on our goals. We still have that ultimate goal that we really want to achieve. And I haven't met you in personal, all of you, so I'm looking forward, to meeting you, God willing, this year, and just hug you and say, you know what, I'm so grateful for you being part of my journey and me being part of your journey. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, me the same as you guys. Like I found well, I've been looking for a business like this for since back in 2018. That's when I started my YouTube channel because I saw like those digital nomads. Um, so I wanted to have that kind of lifestyle. The one that I can do my business anywhere and knowing that I will be financially well, stable. But I couldn't find it, and at the same time, I didn't put the work to search. So I continued working for 5 more years, and it wasn't until the year 2023 when my industry had a loan hold on on work because of a strike in the U.S. That's when it made me rethink, and also because like I said, I got to a point where I didn't see myself growing anymore, and I wanted something different. But we don't look until we are like put on the spot, like you need some change. So that's what happened for me, was the strike.
Yeah.
So I and besides that too, at the same time, like I had some health issues because of the work, because of the stress at work. um so when this opportunity came, I actually was already on another one, about to join the other one. But this one came, and something told me just to watch it. So I decided to watch it, and as I went through and continue learning more and more, everything aligns to what's happening to me. So that's why I decided to. But I didn't know what to expect, because I never have done any online business before. So I was excited, but I had no idea what to expect. So when I first got started to receive, the information and those emails, I mean, you don't have to worry anymore because it's not like that anymore. But at the time, it was like that. I was like, oh my God, am I gonna be able to handle this? Um, Even though like I'm used to receive a lot of emails, but it was this scary moment that at that moment that I saw all that, and then I say, oh my God, I'm gonna be able to see, because I didn't know what to expect. But like I breathed, and then I was able to tackle one by one. And then that was my first struggle when I first joined. Was not too much, but yeah. But I think of what I've been struggle all this journey, since I started, is being time management, and also procrastination. Those are my two
Mhm.
main struggles that I have. um, but at the same time, I think I'm improving on both of them. Um, but I'm grateful in a way, because even though it was bad and I probably wasted uh, many times, like I could have probably going faster, but because of that, I didn't. Um, I'm grateful because even though those were struggles, I learned so much along the way. So
Mhm.
it prepares me to where I am now. So struggles, or setbacks that you have, there's always a positive side of it. So I look at the positive side of it. Um, the other thing, I myself too was afraid to be on camera. So that's something that I had to face, and I started recording myself first, until I got used to record myself, and then after that, it was going to the live button. So I think doing lives, I'm fine. Going, like, recording myself outside, I don't know if I'm still 100% like being okay. Like sometimes I have the courage and I do it, but sometimes I'm like a little bit shy, and kind of like looking for a place where there's not too many people to see me. But in Japan, I did it because there were two reasons why I did it. One, I didn't have a storage, so I needed to record. And two, they didn't understand what I was saying. because I was talking in English. So that was one of the reasons. But I think Japan really helped me to overcome a little bit, record myself live outside. Um, but yeah, that's one of the things that I still need to work, I think. Um, but the other thing I would say, um, I have my downtimes. I had some times, in my journey where I was like doubting myself. Like, is this gonna work for me? Am I gonna be able to make it? Um, but like I always, like this is why the global online community is good, that what we have,
Mhm.
because anytime when someone is down, there's someone there who will be able to uplift that person, and vice versa. So sometimes you might feel down and someone else is going to uplift you, or sometimes you're going to be uplifting someone else. So there's always someone's there for you to listen to you and to help you out. So that's one of the things. But yeah, I had my moments where I had doubts. um, I think my mindset wasn't there. It was when at the beginning, because we wanted to see results fast, right? So we are not prepared to, like, this is gonna be taking some time, like if you are lucky, or you're like you have a set mind, you might do it faster. But I was not prepared. So um, one of the things that I learned on my journey is patience, and and that was my first lesson. Patience with myself and patience with the business. That it's gonna take time. So I shift my mindset on thinking I'll do my work, okay, and the rest will be up to God. So I just keep going and enjoying the journey. Enjoying um, what I was learning along the way, and doing my working on my business. So that's how I change that mindset of feeling down, or feeling like, oh my God, I see the goal so far away. Um, because if you focus on the goal, okay,
Mhm.
you're gonna feel down because you're putting yourself down because you're not seeing results. So what I would say to those who are listening to us, don't focus on the goal. Focus on enjoying your journey and doing the goal. So your goal, break it in small ones and work towards small goals. And then you're gonna enjoy it that way, your journey, and you're gonna be able to achieve the long-term goal. But don't focus on long-term goals, because you're gonna get disappointed faster. Um, if you because you're looking to see results fast, and it doesn't happen overnight. Okay, it takes time. But the rewarding, once you reach that goal, it's amazing. So and then you don't have to worry too much. But yeah, um, so that's what I would say to you guys about my journey. That's what I've learned. I learned to not to look to the main goal, just enjoy my journey, and then keep working on my procrastination and keep working on my time management. So yeah, so those are my struggles, my main ones. Okay, so the next one, highlight customer stories. So showcase how your work has impacted others. So testimonies of this. So those ones we usually we showcase. We have showcases some in our lives. Those testimonies we have showcased on our lives. We also have showcases on our, like, on, if you go to our business pages, you can see testimonial posts in there from members of our community. So you can uh, we showcase that, so you guys see that their people are having results, and they're people normal like you and I, from different walks of life. They join because different struggles, but at the end of the day, it's the same, kind of thing. But they have different struggles. Some of them, they were working 2, 3 jobs, and they wanted to be able to spend more time with the family, because sometimes was only one parent at a time, and never the two parents at the same time. So those are stories, some of the stories that we share. Um, but I don't know. Do you guys think we should share one story?
I thought we did last week, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I do have one. I think I have it here. From Karen Guyen.
mhm,
Maybe we can showcase that one. Just
yeah.
a like customer story. I don't know who wants to read it.
I can read it.
Okay. Uh, is this one? Yes. Okay, let me just. It's like that, or you want me to make it bigger?
Oh, that's fine.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so Karen, this is Karen. She's one of our top leaders in our business, and she is a person down to earth, so helpful, and she's always willing to give us her knowledge. So almost 6 years ago, when she joined the business, she said she didn't have a Facebook account, no online experience, and no tech skills. All I had was a big why, and that is to spend more time with my kids, feeling blessed. At that time, I owned a small dental lab that consumed all of my time. I remember saying no to my children every time they asked me to do something with them. It broke my heart to see the disappointment in their eyes, but I had no choice. I had to work because just like all of you, we had bills to pay. By God's grace, I came across this global online community that gave me hope. I hugged onto that hope and pushed myself outside of my comfort zone and beyond what I thought I was capable of. I remember after I finished my lab work, which it it was like at 1 a.m., I would stay up 1 to 2 hours to work on the training. I knew I had to make sacrifices so that I can make dreams come true. So this is her testimonial. Oh, there's more?
There's two more.
Okay. Okay, so continue. Seeing all the success in the global online community inspired me and it kept me going and helped me overcome my roadblocks. My perseverance, hard work, and faith brought me to where I am today. In March of 2023, I shut down my dental lab, have more time with my family, travel with no financial burdens. We went out on a 4 week trip to Europe this past June. All of this is possible because an ordinary mom had the courage to fight for her children. I hope that my story
Mhm.
can inspire each of you to never give up on your dreams. You are here today because you have a why and a dream and you had courage to take action. So don't give up now.
Yeah, so that's her story. Um, okay, so we're gonna go into. Well, the last one was create a relatable content, but we kind of like touch on that. So, like sharing moments that your audience can see themselves. But we're gonna go
Mhm.
to the next point, which is creating a consistent and memorable online presence. So sorry, your personal brand extends across every platform where you show up. So here's how to ensure consistency. So you wanna be showing a visual branding, content themes, and engagement. So let's talk about
Mhm.
visual branding. So use the same profile photo, color scheme, and fonts across your platforms to create a cohesive look. In terms of content themes, stick to 3 to 5 core themes that align with your mission and values. For example, if you are a wellness coach, your team might include self care, fitness, nutrition, and mindset. And the third one, engagement. So be present and responsive. So whether it's replying to comments, answering DMs, or joining conversations, engagement is where trust is built. So, how is your visual branding? I think. I think my visual branding is good. What I think I need to work more in terms of my branding is the content themes. I like the way that they say it here: stick to 3 to 5 core themes, because you don't want to go like too broad. Um, and then engagement, you gotta make time to reply to comments and all that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I struggled at the beginning with my visual branding because honestly, I didn't really grab that idea, or for some reason when I did the training, it didn't stick to me when I was, setting up all of my pages and my funnel and all that. I didn't even know that I needed branding, honestly. So I just went with whatever. And then as the time has gone by, I have learned about branding. And um, it wasn't up until a couple months ago that I really went back and got my branding together. And I really like it now. I connect with it when I see it. I really feel the connection. And so that was thanks to a very good friend of mine that one day told me that my branding wasn't cohesive, that it wasn't right, or that it didn't look, or it wasn't transmitting the branding that I thought I needed. So anyways, thanks to my friend. And as far as themes, I really, I don't know. I think I need to get better at that because I don't really do many themes. Like I feel like I'm always talking about family. And so I do motivation every now and then. So yeah, I need to improve in themes to talk about. And engagement, I really feel like I do good in that because I'm always answering all the inquiries, all the questions, all the comments, everything like that. Um, and I feel like I'll always do it within 24 hours. So I think that's one of the areas that I may be doing okay.
Well, on work in progress. In fact, I was just sharing with them before we started this go live. Actually, this year I'm trying to rebrand myself. I think when I started the business, branding is so broad, and sometimes you can be all over the place, when you're starting off. And I think that's okay because you're trying to, especially if you don't know where to start from or who you are, it's something you're doing, something you've never done before. So I feel like for the maybe 1 year been like really not doing it well the way I'm supposed to be doing it. But thanks be to God, I think from last year I started getting to understand myself, because sometimes, I started off, like, for instance, when we talk about the social media platforms, Facebook is our main page. But when we started and I was doing the training, I really got a bit overwhelmed being everywhere, being on Facebook, being on Instagram, being on LinkedIn, being on everywhere. So I had to pause, and I told myself, I think I heard this from someone. I don't remember who said, there are so many social media platforms, so it's okay to start slow. You master one area. So I feel like I've figured Facebook, how to do it and all that, although I am still working on some things in terms of content themes, just as you both of you have shared. Yeah. And now I've transitioned and started going to other social media platform. Instagram, I think I'm doing well, and now I'm starting to pick up on TikTok as well. So yeah, I've been on a journey. In terms of content themes, that one I am really, really working on myself as well. Hopefully by mid of the year, God willing, I will really be consistent in knowing exactly. Well, I show up on the business, I'm consistent and everything, but I feel sometimes I am not really flowing the way I am. Yeah. And we have different ways. So I feel sometimes I am trying to be like everybody. Sometimes it can be like that, yeah. Forgetting that you are a unique person and it's only you who you are. So you can be someone else, you can get ideas from them here and there, and then and try to twist them to relate with the person that you are, because you want to relate with people who understand you as a person, and hence, they can understand your story and where you're coming from, yeah. So I'm working on that. And I think one thing I've come to realize when it comes to social media, just be yourself. Just be yourself. It's okay to, to bring in the aspect of being professional. I can't talk like someone else because I don't have the same voice like them. um, just I think people will connect with you when you are just you, and
Mhm.
those are some of the things that I've been learning to do, and building my confidence every day, slowly, and becoming better. So I'm actually even working right now on my funnel, changing a few things here and there to make things better, and improve myself. So it's work in progress, because this thing about branding is so broad and it can be a little bit overwhelming when you think about it. But so far so good. I am so grateful for the things that I've been learning, and I continue learning to improve myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the content teams is the main one for the three of us.
Mm.
Yeah, I have too many, so I have to sit down and see what are the main teams that I want to talk to, and then focus on that.
Can I add something? And then
Yeah.
the things about doing the quotations, I used to do that, but and I don't know, I'm this kind of a person when I sometimes when I wake up, I want to share my content in relation to how I am feeling that day, what is in my mind, rather than just picking a quote. I mean, that's just me. Sometimes I want to share content that is intentional. Like, I'm not just sharing for the sake of saying, yeah, I want to be consistent, show that I posted and all that. My audience, my followers have seen me, but in real sense, connect with what I am sharing. Like, I am so intentional because I really connect with what I want to share. Like, it's not just a quote, but it's something that probably I've gone through in that. So I kept a little bit down the whole thing about doing quotes, unless I am doing it and sharing something, then it really makes sense to me, because it's not just a quote, it's a quote I'm sharing in relation to something that has happened for me in that day, or something I've learned from someone. Then it really makes sense because it's so intentional to me, rather than just posting a quote. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you
and
for
that's
sharing.
me.
Yes. Um, one thing that you mentioned, yeah, and we had in the past one of our leaders that we interview, and she mentioned that you have to be you. Don't pretend to be somebody else. You gotta be you, because that's you show who you are to the audience. That was Deborah who mentioned that to us. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we want to hear from you. What is one thing that you have done to build your personal brand that you are proud of? So share in the comments and let's celebrate your wins together. So as we wrap up today's talk, so remember this: your brand is your story, and your story is your power. So the more authentic and consistent you are, the more you'll attract the audience that's meant for you. So next week, we are going to be talking about, we'll tackle another important topic. So overcoming challenges in the digital space. So whether it's dealing with tech issues, competition, or self-doubt, we'll share strategies to rise above and thrive. So that's a very good topic for next week. So if you guys want to learn how you can start earning online and start building your online business, You can register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the same webinar we have watched and that all the members in our community have watched, that has changed so many lives and it keeps changing lives, including ours. So, what are you going to be watching in the webinar? Well, you're going to be learning, how our business plan works. And also, you get to hear testimonials from members of our community. In this case, will be the panelists of the webinar. So we're going to showcase in a few minutes, who were the panelists and hosts from last Thursday's live webinar. So they're going to be sharing why they decided to start their online business, and also how this online business has transformed their lives. So when you register, you also get a link to register for the live webinar, which happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. MST, and 8 p.m. EST. So when you click that link, it will take you to a page that will have two buttons, so one for Tuesdays and one for Thursdays. So you can either register for one, or you can register for both, and then you have access to the live webinar. In addition to that, you also get an invitation to our private Facebook group, where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and also more information about the business. So, well, now let's see who were the hosts and panelists from last Thursday's replay.
Okay, so last Thursday, our host was Nee, and she's a regional manager for her home and renovation company. Neha is an IT professional. Shirley is a healthcare worker, and Mary is a government worker.
We also had Sami, who is an educator and nutritionist, Grace, a senior quality engineer, Bobby Ray, who is an optician. So all these are professionals, and as well, they are running their own digital business as well.
Yes, thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Melissa. Yes, so our replays have subtitles in any languages, and our live webinar has now subtitles in 5 languages. So that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. Um, so if you guys don't follow us on our Facebook business page, they're up on the screen here. You can follow us to get to know us a little bit more, and to get to see the content that we post in our pages, and more information about the online business opportunity that we're showcasing. So I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched us today. For those catching the replay, also thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for supporting us with
Thank
all
you.
the views and engaging of our content. So thank you again for all your emojis and contents. And so that's it for today. For Mondays, we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Monday. And for some part of the world, it's already Tuesday. So happy and blessed Monday and Tuesday for you both. And until the next episode of the Global Digital Success Talk. Thank you, everyone. And until the next episode. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.